Today's story introduces us to an incident that happened in 1955, when a hiking group suddenly went missing in a wild area called Central Oregon. They were searched for many days, but there was no trace of them anywhere. At that time, the locals said that it was possible they had been infected by a virus, because of which he was never able to come out of that place. The locals there know that virus by the name hay fever. Anyway, our story now begins in a small house near that same Central Oregon where Blake lives with his strict father, who scolds him almost every day. He is always afraid that something might happen to his son. In the morning, the father and son set out to hunt. During this, the father soon spots a deer. But before he could take aim, it disappeared. You could say it vanished right before their eyes. Just then, Blake also saw the deer in another direction. He quickly ran after it, but by the time he aimed, it too had disappeared from in front of him. But after it left, he saw something else. Something he had never seen before. It was a human but looked like some kind of animal. But before he could shoot at it, he somehow got lost in that dark shadow. Just then, his father arrived there. He scolded him a lot because he had come here without telling him. Now, as both of them are about to leave the pond, they suddenly hear a noise as if someone is watching them. That's why Jack immediately takes his father and hides in a nearby treehouse so that whatever is out there, they can stay safe from it. But that thing saw them, and now it's going to be very difficult to escape. Slowly it starts moving towards the treehouse, so Jack also sits ready, aiming his gun in that direction, because he won't let anything happen to his son. There comes a moment. It came so close that they could even smell the stench coming from its body. But just then, suddenly a deer appeared below which distracted it, and it killed the deer and took it away with itself. But when Jack looked down, he was shocked. Whatever that thing was, it killed the deer with extreme brutality. It tore apart every part of its body. Terrified, he asked his father, "Dad, what was that?" So, it was just a big bear. But Jack knows the truth. Whatever that thing was, it definitely wasn't a bear. Now, as night falls, the two of them sit down for dinner. After eating, Jack talks on the phone with a man who lives in his town. Black overhears this conversation as well. He was telling him that today he saw the hiker who had disappeared 55 years ago, but now he's not the same. He's become something else. Black, standing behind, hears all this too, but he doesn't say anything to his father. However, those words stay with him forever. Now 30 years have passed. Black has grown up and is now married. He has a young daughter whom he loves dearly. He is always with her since his wife is usually busy with work. That's why Ginger is closer to her father and prefers to spend most of her time with him. Now, when Lily returned home from work at night, she handed Black some papers, which were actually his father's certificate. In fact, he had been missing for quite some time. The local police tried to find him for a long time, but when they couldn't, they declared him dead. Actually, when Black grew up a bit, he left his father and came to the city because he didn't want to stay there. But even today, he regrets that he never spoke to his father after that day. His father had always kept him close, but he left his father alone. Meanwhile, we also see Lily's relationship with her daughter, which isn't exactly bad, but it's not really good either. She knows this very well, and Black knows it too. That's why the next day, when he went to deliver lunch to the office, he told Lily that they needed to mend their relationship, otherwise it would fall apart. And that's something he didn't want. That's why I want us to go to Dark Cottage for the summer, where we can spend some good time together, and you can also get closer to Ginger. Now deep down, Lily also wanted the same thing, to be close to her daughter. 2 days later, they pack up all their things and head out to that same cottage. But once they entered the forest, Blake couldn't find the path that led to the cottage. Just then, he saw a man standing near a treehouse. When he asked him for directions to the cottage, the man recognized him immediately. Actually, he was Danny's son, Derek, the same Derek who was Danny's close friend and the one who had spoken that day, which Blake had overheard. Derek gets into the car and explains that the path is now closed. But yes, there is another way. "Come on, I'll take you there myself." But Lily was quite scared of Derek. He had a gun, but Blake calmed her down, saying that it's very common here, so she shouldn't be afraid. After that, the two of them moved forward. But the path Derek was taking them on from the cottage had become extremely dark, which made Lily, sitting in the back, start to feel afraid. Suddenly, Blake sees something strange in front of the truck. It was the same thing he had seen in his childhood. Yes, the same two-legged person he had been so terrified of. Because of that, their truck ended up crashing into a tree. As a result, all of them got injured, but no one was seriously hurt. But now Derry is in real danger because that creature is moving towards him. Blake tried his best to keep it away from him. At the last moment, he dragged him out. Right in front of them, it tore him apart and ate him, leaving the whole family horrified. But Blake won't let anything happen to his family. He used his wits and immediately started trying to open the window, but by then it had already reached him. But just then, the sound of an animal made it go away, and taking advantage of this, Blake got both of them out. He quickly started taking them towards the cottage from there. But their scent attracted the monster towards them, so it was right behind them. However, he quickly opened the gate, got his family inside, and locked the gate securely. Then his wife asked him what that thing was. He replied, "I had seen something like this in my childhood. It had 2 human-like legs, but I never thought it would still be alive. But don't worry, I'll call someone for help." After saying this, he went out. First of all, he turns on the generator so that the lights can come on quickly. Meanwhile, when he looked at his daughter, he saw that she was extremely frightened. Seeing this, he gently tried to comfort her. "Sweetheart, nothing will happen to you. It was just a wild bear. Go to sleep now. You must be tired. Tomorrow morning, we'll go voting." Now the little girl listens to him and quietly goes to sleep. But Lily doesn't feel right because Black seems more scared than usual. He even placed a cupboard near the main gate so that no one could barge in suddenly. After this, he goes to his dad's room where he finds an old radio. He starts trying to send a message to someone with it, but it seems like it's not working. Suddenly, he feels extremely hungry. He goes to the kitchen to eat and starts eating whatever he can find. All of a sudden, one of his teeth breaks and he starts to feel pain. Hearing this, Lily immediately comes to him and starts dressing his wound. Just then, she noticed the wound on his hand. It was a very large wound. She asked him how he got it. Blake said that maybe he got it while opening the window, but Lily didn't think it could have happened while opening the window. She quickly dressed his wound and then went to sleep herself. But Blake was still at the main gate. He was hammering nails into it. Suddenly the hammer hit his hand, but he didn't feel any pain, which surprised even him. Why didn't it hurt? He had been working on these tasks for quite a while, so he started to feel thirsty. He went back to the kitchen and even after drinking the entire bottle of water, his thirst wasn't quenched. He didn't drink from the tap either, and after seeing all this, what do you think happened to him? He heard a sound from the upper floor which used to belong especially to his father. There were a lot of animal skins kept there. His father had brought them back from hunting, so he slowly started going upstairs. When he got there, he realized the sound was actually from a spider moving inside the cupboard. Just a minute. How is he able to hear the sound of a spider walking? Isn't that strange? He's also troubled by this himself. Anyway, once again, he hears the sound of someone walking. He comes downstairs, but just then the creature grabs his leg through the hole in the door. This makes Black scream loudly. At that moment, Lily arrives and strikes the creature several times, making it go away. But now Black is badly injured. He no longer even has the strength to stand, but during this time, we notice some changes in his body, which Lily also observes. For example, his mouth becomes dry. He is sweating profusely, as if he had run from a very far distance. Suddenly, he faints. When he opened his eyes, he saw that his wife was talking to someone on the radio, calling them here for help. From what she says, we learn that she believes Block might be infected with some kind of virus, but when they arrived here, everything was fine. So how did this happen all of a sudden? Just then, Block suddenly appeared behind her. Seeing this, Lily was shocked. He had changed so much that she tells him to go and rest. But Block himself writes with his own hands that he is dying. Please do something. Now even his perspective of the world has changed. He is seeing something completely different with his eyes. On top of that, his hair has started to fall out. He is definitely turning into something else, something that even his daughter can see. During this, Lily notices that the wound on his hand has now badly rotted. She applies ointment and bandages it. But just then, Black angrily moves away from her. He starts eating his own hands. Seeing this, both father and daughter get scared. She just stood there quietly, but Black didn't harm them. Then suddenly Lily remembered that she had seen Black's dad's car outside. She immediately took the keys and went outside so they could escape with the help of the car. But the car had been parked there for a long time. It wasn't going to start that easily. Suddenly the demon attacks them again. But this time Black fights it himself and tells his family to go inside the house. Both mother and daughter, frightened, go inside the house. But when Black returns, he is no longer Black, he has become someone else. Seeing this, his daughter puts her hand on her head and says, "Now don't be afraid, everything will be alright. All of this is just a test." He then starts vomiting and the demon's fingers come out of his mouth. Seeing this, both of them became even more terrified. What is happening here? At that moment, he tries to attack Lily as well. But for some reason, he stopped at the crucial moment. Maybe somewhere deep down, he knows that this is his family. Just then, the demon comes back again. A fierce battle breaks out between the two. Meanwhile, Lily also attacks the demon. But it doesn't do any good, because by then, Black had already torn his entire body apart. But when after dying, he looked at the demon's hand, the ground slipped from under his feet. In fact, it was his father. Yes, friends, it was Jaya, and after learning this, he left home. Then Ginger asked her mother what had happened to her dad. She explained that her grandfather had contracted a disease, which her father now also has. Actually, this whole situation didn't start today, but has been going on for several hundred years. In this forest, a team of hikers got lost in 1995 and fell victim to this thing. There is a creature in this forest whose bite turns a person like that. It's possible the same thing happened to that team, then to Jack, and finally to Black as well. The same accident happened. When they were coming here, that creature struck its hand on the car window, and that's when Black got the cut that started everything and brought the story to this point. But now Black doesn't want to be away from his family. He came back home so he could see his daughter, but Lily didn't let that happen. She stabbed him with a knife and ran to the barn, but Black followed her there too. By mistake, his foot got caught in a trap, and taking advantage of this, both of them escaped into the forest. But Black had to meet his daughter, so he cut off his own legs. He crawled into the forest and using his enhanced hearing, he figured out where they both were. Both of them were hiding in the same tree house where not just today but many years ago, Black had hidden with his father when they were attacked, and seeing this brings tears to Black's eyes. He slowly climbed up so he could touch his daughter one last time. But as soon as he got close to her, Lily shot him. Judge, seeing her father in this condition, can't understand what happened to him so suddenly. When he took his last breaths, she realized what had happened. Now her father is leaving her, and that's why she clings to him and starts crying. This moment was extremely emotional because they had no idea that the very place they came to strengthen their relationship would be where they'd experience the most painful moment. 3 people had entered the jungle, but only 2 would return. Block's father had been living this kind of life for who knows how many years. When he saw his family, it was possible that he hadn't come to kill them, but rather to meet them. But one mistake of his ended everything. So, how did you like the story? Do let us know in the comments. See you next time. In the next video, thank you so much for watching. Pisa, because of which he fell down right there and died.